Hello guys and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Epomaker TH80-X mechanical keyboard that was sent over to me by Epomaker themselves for my honest review. This keyboard comes at a price point of $99.99 and features 3 different switch options and 2 different color options. There's the gray-green colorway and the blue-pink colorway. And for the switches, you can either choose Gateron blacks, Gateron yellows, or their own Epomaker Flamingo switches, which is what I have here today. Inside the box, you get the keyboard itself, a wire, some extra switches just in case you break some, and a keycap and switch puller, and of course the manual. This keyboard is very similar to the keyboard from XVX that we reviewed recently, and we're kind of going to be comparing both of those because they are around the same price point as well. Unlike the XVX, this one only comes with an LCD screen instead of an OLED. And I found the LCD screen and just like the features of the screen itself on this keyboard to be a bit lacking compared to the XVX keyboard. But when it comes to everything else, I kind of think Epomaker takes the cake in terms of like hollowness and modability. Epomaker does outshine the XVX keyboard. An issue I had with the XVX keyboard was the fact that it was very hard to take apart and it was also very hard to mod. This one, on the other hand, it's very easy to take apart just like any other keyboard. It just has another ribbon cable that you have to detach for the LCD screen, but then you can mod it as is. But in my opinion, it doesn't need mods at all. The included rubber sheet or foam is very dense and removes a lot of the hollowness. It also comes with plate foam and PE foam as well. A nice addition is the fact that this is hot swap, but it is south facing, unlike the XVX, which was north facing. So that was the other downside I found for the XVX keyboard. On the Epomaker, if you wanted to swap out the keycaps for something else, you wouldn't have any issues when it comes to cherry profile interference. That being said, the keycaps included in terms of thickness and quality are pretty decent, but the font sucks. I don't like how this keycap set looks in terms of the letterings. I think they chose a horrible font. It screams gamer tackiness and it just does not look nice at all. Anyways, here's a sound test so you guys can hear how it sounds right out of the box. So yeah, I think the stock sound performance is quite nice. The only issues I had with this keyboard in terms of sound were the fact that the stabilizers weren't lubed equally. So like my enter key was overlubed and so was my left shift key, but my backspace key was underlubed and so was my spacebar. I feel like there was ticking in all of them. Even though they did lube the stabilizers, the wires do definitely need to be balanced. So I would probably recommend modding those, that's for sure. But in terms of tape mod and stuff like that, I don't really think it needs it. I quite like the way it sounds right out of the box, and I also did like the Epomaker Flamingo switches. I think the switch options for this keyboard are quite lacking, but like Gateron blacks and Gateron yellows are a bit outdated now. More switch options would have been quite nice to see, but at least the Epomaker Flamingo switches were very nice and they didn't really have any ping issues or scratchiness. Now finally, going back to whether or not I pick this one over the XVX, it honestly depends on whether or not you want to use the screen more so, or if you care about sound and feel. Because while the XVX does have a better screen because it is OLED and has better implementation and all that stuff, the keyboard sound and feel side of things is kind of lacking compared to the Epomaker TH80-X. If you are interested in the Epomaker TH80-X, I'll be leaving a link to that one in the description below for you to check out. Let me know what you guys thought about this keyboard in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.